A new child is the beginning of everything pleasant, new dreams, new hopes, new wonders, possibilities, hope for a better tomorrow, and transformation. Because the moment a child is born, that is the same moment motherhood begins. Because a woman might be existing without motherhood. A woman might be existing without the traits of being a mother. It is when you are able to give birth that you are being regarded as a mother. Though some persons have it that motherhood is not measured by the child you give birth to or by the number of children you give birth to, but by the number of people you are able, the number of children you are able to take care of. Any which way, but we are just being realistic here. We are just being scientifically here in the sense that we are looking at the inception of motherhood, which is being traced by the moment a child is being born. All right, this is Boa Community Voice, where we amplify your voice. I don't know why I'm feeling myself. I don't know because it's a new year. Before I forgot, Happy New Year to you amazing, amiable viewers out there that have been a part of all this while, that have been a part of the smooth ride we've been taking you guys on. Thank you so much, and we believe that this year is going to be a better one for you. Don't get tired of hearing Happy New Year from Bua Community Voice because we keep saying it till God knows when. All right, on today's episode of A Time Out with Oma, I am not here alone. I am here with my girl so that we can navigate through this important topic that I deem it necessary to bring to the table. Of course, I bring a lot of things to the table, and she's not the person, but I thought you would have do away with all those things.
I cannot do away. This is a new year,
you know.
No, I can't drop this particular one. Yeah, they say new year, new life.
You know,
no,
resolution.
I cannot drop this one.
Okay.
I can't drop this one.
We'll see to that. Precious, welcome.
You don't chop your chicken finish. Like, you did not even ask me, will you come over to my place? Are you around? Are you traveling? Nothing.
Let's not just watch our dirty whatever here, you know,
okay.
in the presence of our audience,
Okay.
our viewers there. Let's just leave it
Okay,
after
so I
the
should package
program.
myself.
Yes.
No
Let's
wahala.
comport, maintain your steeze and composure. All right. Precious is always wonderful to have you around here. Thank you for all the things you bring to the table, like me,
Thank you
because
so much.
in fact we are not the table.
Ah.
It's not all about what
I
you
am
bring
the
to the
leg,
table.
the table, the four legs, so not
You
one.
know, yes. So it's good to blow your trumpet sometimes, especially when someone don't recognize that you blow it.
I knew myself. Yeah.
All right. Having said that, let's quickly dive into the topic of today. You know, and this topic is medically and scientifically related, and we deem it necessary to talk about this. And it's not a topic, but surrogacy. You know, because story have it that surrogacy is the hope of giving someone that does not have hope of giving birth the privilege to experience parenthood. So we decided to discuss this in our little way to enlighten people on what surrogacy is all about. So in a nutshell, what does that imply?
You know why I'm even excited about this particular topic?
Mm.
You're asking me, I thought you dropped. No, I cannot drop it.
Okay.
So, this very older friend of mine,
Oh.
she got married and she lives in Lagos.
Okay.
She's been hoping for a miracle.
A
To
miracle,
happen.
okay.
And I kept telling her, I said, Amara, if it's not working, why not try this?
The other way.
Yeah. Why not try a
Surrogate.
surrogate? You know,
Okay.
like the woman, another person carrying the child for you, because she actually gets pregnant, but she doesn't carry the child.
Oh.
It's a medical reason, okay? I can't say that here. It's a private thing, you see? So after so much, talk, every time she runs to me, she miscarried the child. Every time, she kept talking. I was like, just gather moral, talk to your husband about it. If he doesn't buy it, you will now know, okay, it's not,
It's not your fault.
yeah, it's not your fault. It's not something that should worry you, since the man is
It's
good,
okay.
waiting for when it's going to happen by yourself. Okay? And she tried it and it worked. Now she
Oh,
has a baby and
wow.
a boy and a girl.
You know.
Yes, that is
Mm.
a very good thing about surrogacy. You have the right to choose the gender,
The
or how
gender.
many kids you want.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's break it down what surrogacy actually is. In the very simplest form, it's simply a term used when another woman, a fertile woman, agrees to carry.
I think,
Yeah.
sorry to cut you short. Don't please take away that fertile,
Okay,
because
okay.
every woman is fertile.
Okay,
Yes.
no problem. No problem.
Yes.
Okay. So it's simply when another woman agrees to carry
Yeah.
a child, carry to full term, that is to carry and deliver the child for another woman.
Okay.
It could be a couple, it could be a single person. So scientifically, it's like an assisted pregnancy.
Pregnancy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a reproductive assisted pregnancy where another woman, which is the surrogate, carries and delivers a baby to full term for a couple or whoever is seeking to see a child.
For me, going by this your explanation, I would say that a surrogate is more like an angel
Exactly.
and not just a carrier.
Just not just a carrier or
No.
someone you just pay up to.
Because
This
this
is
why I call her an angel is because this person helps to bring life
and
to
joy.
someone that long yearns for that child. And just like I said at the inception of the program, that a child, a newborn, is a home of possibility.
Yes.
So you bringing that possibility to that home, you are not just a
You're
carrier.
not just at
You
all.
understand? You are just an angel.
Angel. That
And
is
you
what
should
it is.
see yourself as one, and you should be treated as
As
one.
one. Very
Thank you
true.
so much for
Very
that
true.
explanation. So moving forward, let's quickly dive to the types of surrogacy, because I believe that we have various types of
Of
it.
course, of course.
So in a nutshell,
Yeah, there are about 2 types of surrogacy.
okay.
Yeah, there is the traditional surrogacy
All
and
right.
then the gestational surrogacy.
Okay.
Now, by the word traditional, you should already know that it's the base.
The base, yeah.
It's the one that I wouldn't want to use that word, but that's the word I can ring a bell. The traditional, it's more like generally accepted, meaning the egg is inside here. It means the egg belongs to who will carry the pregnancy. Do you now understand it? Now the surrogate is now the owner of the egg. But whatever it is coming to fertilize the egg belongs to who wants the child. Does it make any sense?
Exactly.
Now, for example, a couple who the woman really isn't okay medically, you said that she didn't involve
Fertile,
infertility
yes.
and,
It doesn't go well with me, though.
It's okay. Everybody is very fertile.
Fertile, yeah.
Yeah, that is how it should be.
Exactly.
So the man donates brings his sperm, and the lady herself, they use her egg. That's the traditional way of becoming a mother, surrogacy. Why the gestational? Now the egg, and both the egg and the sperm belongs to the couple. That's the intended parents. Do you understand? And when it is just a single person, either a woman or a man, the gestational idea is just that it belongs to who has it. Now, if a single man is looking to have a child, he could go meet his girlfriend, talk about it. It doesn't mean it is now the traditional type. Okay,
yeah.
It is still theirs because he brought who he wants. That is how it is. So traditional type is mainly the surrogate who will carry the pregnancy. It's her egg. Okay, but agreement is still agreement, whether it's traditional or gestational.
It must be legally backed,
Exactly.
to avoid every form
After
of
the
misconception.
delivery, you give the child to who the intending parents. That is how it is.
There is a case of a woman that I know. This woman, they did the traditional type of surrogacy whereby the egg, the sperm was, given to another person to help them out. But at the end of the day, after some years, something happened, because this particular young woman, she was in school, as a student then, she was desperate for money.
Okay.
When you are in dire need of money, you can do anything.
Of course.
So she accepted the offer. After the legal backing and all that, something led to another, and she had a, what do you call it? At the process of, during her single life and all that, something happened, and there was a kind of sickness, or should I even call it an infection, yes, that she contacted as a single lady, which affected the womb. As a result, they told her that she can't give birth again.
Are you serious?
Now, this lady in question remembered what happened years ago, that she helped a particular family couple to, bring forth kids, two boys.
Okay.
So she went back to that family.
Okay.
She went back to the family, and in her own case, it was her egg that was used. You understand? So she went back to make claims of just one of the twins, that since she can't give birth, at least somewhere somebody that can, help to take care of her. And she was suing, she sued this family after the legal backing and all that. So in a situation like that, what do you think could be the cause of this, or how we can tackle something like this? Because this woman went back to make claim of the child that she gave birth after signing some necessary documents that she will not come back. So if you are to be in the position to judge this case, what can we say?
I'm not a lawyer, but I know whenever an agreement is signed on paper, that paper is the evidence. And if I still have the evidence, I'm going to sue her.
But a situation whereby the lady is begging, pleading, trying to
it is my child,
to blackmail you emotionally, or even trying to, a kind of she have access to the kids involved, and she's trying to manipulate them to know that
this and the mother, the woman is not the mother,
the parents,
and all of that.
understand?
Let me tell you, I have a friend, not like they are both twin. They give birth to them through IVF. IVF is very, very different from surrogacy, Surrogacy is just another woman, their mother carried them, but insemination was done outside. It means the egg was brought out, then the sperm of their father was injected.
That's the case of this young lady now.
Incubated, and then put inside the womb back, and he grew there. You see, so what their mother did, when I followed them to their village one time, I noticed they have one big family. That is how the way the compound is built. It's like if their surname is Ibokwe, all the Ibokwes live in that compound. So this one from the uncle side is now insulting this one. Do you know how your mother gave birth to you? You weren't giving birth to like other children. You were injected. And all of that.
Thing.
I was waiting for this boy and this girl to break down and start crying. They didn't. They came out and started dancing. They were created and they are still standing, very beautiful and strong. That was my first time knowing that is how they were formed. Let me tell you something. Their brain still functions like us. They know. The mother told them. They know. In fact, the one, I think, after some time, the mother didn't give birth. Their mother didn't give birth. I don't know why she waited so long. But how pregnancy, maybe she was waiting for natural way and it didn't work. So at the time, she was pregnant again when these things were going on. So she knows things like this will happen. So she was telling them, when a woman who has been waiting for a child and the child isn't coming forth, when this child comes, best believe that mother will tell the child the difficulties she passed through.
Yes.
I'm telling
Every
you,
mother does that.
Yes. So you think this children will not know, and you coming to see them?
Blackmail them, it's very wrong. It doesn't make sense.
Yes, I know you are passing through your tales, but then agreement is agreement,
and you have to.
It also depends on the agreement.
How strong
it is. What the details are. There is an agreement you see. The one my other friend in Lagos signed. Was she doesn't even know the surrogate.
I think it's better that way.
The surrogate doesn't know her.
I think
she doesn't. All she did was come on the day they asked her to come. They took the baby, and that was it. It was
everything
that is what it is. Okay, so I think that is even the best thing. That is what
I think that
these details should be in whatever it is you are signing. That is, we are good with it. But some people would want to see the surrogate. One, they want to be sure as the child is growing, they are not building emotions with the child. Two, they want to be sure this person is actually clean. You want to be sure this person is not meeting another man behind. Because you can't be carrying my child and you're meeting. Why are you meeting another man?
You are
You are not
causing
supposed to. Exactly.
complications.
So people have the way they do things. I can say I don't want to. So I feel like if this parent or this woman stopped this early from the agreement, the surrogate is not even supposed to know them, talk to or go and visit them. But then again, it depends on what was in the agreement.
Though most times some couples, just like what you said, they want to get close to the person and all that, and because of that, there is room for overfamiliarity, which might even result to something that will be very disastrous, like this
So
case.
if anybody that knows what law is, I know in Nigeria there is no strong law governing surrogacy.
Are you
right?
sure?
There is no strong law.
Okay.
There is no strong law governing it. It's not like when you sign a paper, it doesn't stand. It does. But you see it rotating
And being implemented.
yes. If you go to the USA, it's there. UK is there. France is there. It is not so strong in Nigeria. But it doesn't mean when we go to court, you win me over. There is a paper.
There is a paper.
You
there is
cannot
a
win.
paper,
That is how it is.
and it
So
must
one of
be
these things are
respected.
even like one of the misconceptions, because this my older friend, she was like, what if MSC?
We are still coming to that, actually. We are still
Uh-huh.
coming to that. Oh, those of you that are just joining us now, you might be wondering, why is Precious doing this topic? Why not a medical doctor? Okay, let me clear your doubts. She's doing this because she is into medical line. So you can see how well she's doing justice to this. So don't see it as why is Precious. Those of you that have been seeing her face and all that, so she has been in the medical line for a long time and she knows her onions in it. So that's why we are doing it together. You can see I'm learning and I'm learning and I'm also relearning some things as well. That's how knowledge is being widened, right?
True. Very true.
Okay. Talking about still this surrogacy of a thing now. Can you clear us more on the difference between IVF, because that is the one I always hear, like in this part of the world, especially in our country, the surrogacy of a thing is not that rampant, but IVF is.
Very rampant.
IVF is, even for single ladies.
Mhm.
If they don't want any emotional attachment with any man, they just go for IVF and all that. Can you clear us the difference?
Okay, simply put, IVF, in vitro fertilization.
Okay.
It means it was done outside,
Outside.
incubated for some time. Yeah, you are sure the egg that was taken is matured enough. It means before you take that egg from the woman, there are medications given so that the eggs will mature. Right? If I'm able to meet a man and get pregnant, I don't see any reason for me doing IVF. There are women where they can't, like, the sperm can't fertilize the egg in the womb. Do you understand? So doctors bring it out, do in like outside insemination, injecting the sperm in. But then there is a very popular actress. She did it.
Yes, I know.
Exactly. That way, she came out to talk about it.
Yes, she did.
And she said she
Like, she
chose the
chested
man.
it.
Yes, she chose the man based on features she wanted.
She wanted.
Exactly. So that's the sperm that was injected, and she carried her child. That is IVF. So when it is incubated, it is matured enough to be taken in. They think, okay, the womb can now carry it. There won't be any rupture or any story along the line.
Any complication.
Exactly. That's the right word. And they put it in there and it grows from there. That is IVF. But surrogacy is another woman.
Doing it for you.
Exactly. Carrying it for you. Do you understand? That is just the difference.
The difference. Okay, now in the case of this IVF, is it possible for someone to do the IVF without the stomach coming out?
No. I would also like to add that you can actually also apply IVF in surrogacy.
Okay.
In the sense that your husband doesn't necessarily have to sleep with the surrogate. So you see where IVF is applied. The egg is brought out, the most matured one, and sperm injected, and then you put it back in the surrogate womb. So you don't need to tear her. No, it's not done. There are so many equipment for that where the vagina opening is widened. There is something else that goes inside. Place the egg where it should be, and it goes from there.
Because why I asked you this question is there is someone that I know. This person, story had it that she did IVF, but never for one day did I see her stomach, being protruded and all that. for months. After a while,
She's carrying a child.
she's carrying a child. So I was a bit confused. Is it possible that one will undergo IVF and the stomach won't come out like the normal, sorry that I'm using the word normal pregnancy. Okay, let me say natural pregnancy. Is it possible?
Well, I don't really know what to say about that, but I know for sure
But
that
have you
women.
heard of such?
I'm trying to like put what I think.
Okay,
I know there are women that carry pregnancy. I don't know. They say it's on their waist,
and their waist, yeah, I
and
get
the
that
tummy
as
is
well.
still like that
Mhm.
till 9 months,
Even-
and you see
even
them
on
give birth.
the breast.
Exactly. It could be her case. It could
Okay.
also be a case of surrogacy. But you know what they're saying, especially when a wife is pregnant, the husband will tell you we are pregnant. It could also be the term she's been using.
She's been using.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of these. Or she has her personal reasons.
Reasons, whatever. It's just that I was curious
Yeah,
and
I
I
understand.
wanted to know if it is possible because this person I do see her technically every day. And
But
you know,
maybe she even did, adoption.
no, it wasn't the case of adoption. Even the child, okay. Anyway, let's not
Does
do
she
yet.
breastfeed? Well, you
Yeah,
can
she
actually,
does.
yeah, you can also be put on medication so that you can breastfeed.
Now, talking about that breastfeeding, how can, in the case of this surrogacy, when the child is being given birth to, is it the surrogate that breastfeed the child or the mother? Because this is like this thing is a bit confusing. It is my egg. It was my egg that was brought out, given to Miss B to help me out. Now Miss B have given birth and I have my child. Am I the one? I think normally because it's my egg, the hormone supposed to act
Of
that
course.
something, the pregnancy hormone and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think there's something like that.
Of course,
Ehen.
of course.
Supposed to signal to my brain that I have a child, a baby that I need to breastfeed.
Mhm.
Am I the one that will breastfeed the child or the surrogate?
Okay, very good question. In the case of Nancy,
Inedo.
no, not Iniedo, Nancy, what is her surname? Korobidi's sister.
Okay, yeah,
She
yeah.
came out to say it.
Mm.
She was giving medications, like I think from the 6th month of the surrogate carrying her daughter, right? So she was judiciously taking her pills. Yes, when the baby came, it wasn't really rushing out like it should, like the normal one.
Mm.
But then she
There was
was
something
taking,
coming out.
yes, at all, something was coming out.
Mm.
And then she was supporting it with baby milk.
Baby
I don't know
milk.
what they call baby milk.
Formula, baby
Exactly,
formula. I think.
exactly. So she was supporting it until it started coming out as it should. But she said it was never as it can never be compared to when it's just natural coming out.
Natural.
Yeah, because the amount you just can't compare it, right? But then I will also tell you that it's dependent on what me, that is the intending parent, wants. Do I want the surrogate to breastfeed the child? Is her contract open to it?
Open to it.
Exactly.
Okay, I
Uh-huh.
get it.
If it's
now.
open to it, they go on to feed the child for me
Mhm.
till I want to carry and then continue with formula like that. If I want to, I can be on pills that will, I will use the word deceive my brain to
That's-
think that I was
pregnant.
and then
Okay.
make milk form
Form.
and then start coming out.
Wow.
There's so many things you can
Mhm.
do. Science is very wide though, very, very wide.
Very
You
wide.
can-
Like
you
you
can
must
do
compare to
and
that,
undo.
undo a lot of
Exactly,
things.
that is
Exactly.
how
The
it
only
is.
thing remaining is for science to raise the dead.
Exactly.
now.
You see how they say when you take, antibiotics, it gives you headache.
Mm.
The same way when you take antidepressants or analgesic, it calms the headache.
It calms the headache.
So you see, it gives headache.
And this
When you're
one
trying
takes
to
it
cure
away.
and maybe typhoid,
Typhoid and all
Mhm.
that.
It calms it and kills that one. But then you're having headache. Something else is used to calm it down.
To calm it
So
down.
that's just one.
Now, finally, because this is a very broad topic and just in one sitting can do justice to it.
True.
So, and finally, before we call it a day today, let's quickly consider the misconceptions about our people, especially the Igbo people, on this issue of I'm using the Igbo people because a typical Igbo man especially a local one. Sorry that I'm using that word local. Why I said local is because this person is not
It's not
civilized,
exposed.
like you're not exposed, you've not been to the larger world to know how things have been done. You know, one of the major misconception about this surrogacy is that the child might not be acting like the father. Like people have it that this person is artificial, and as you're artificial, there is every tendency that you might not act according to the family that have you. I don't know whether I'm making a sense.
I mean,
or
you're
whether
making a
you're
sense because,
understanding me.
of course,
Ehen.
yeah. You see, this younger twin I talked about, that their uncles tried to shame them.
Yes.
I was, I will not lie, I had resentment for like 2 to 3 days. If I watch what they do, how they do, they were like, I felt they were aliens, you know. But then these are people I've known, I grew up with. I mean, they act like I do, they talk like I do. They are even in university at the time, you know,
And
with
everything
me.
is functioning.
They do well, very well, actively.
Mm.
You know, the girl child is even smarter than the boy child. Like, that is how it should be. When you give birth to a twin, one is smarter than the
Exactly.
everybody knows this. One outsmarts the other. That is how it is. You see, they are very normal. There is nothing. What is artificial there? Did they add Maggie or
Like,
I mean, it is still the
ways like
sperm.
artificial
All the
life.
growth is in the sperm. Everything in the egg. That is what is still there. Only thing is another woman carried the baby.
And you have the right to choose the gender.
Of course, you have the
In
right.
most cases, another misconception is people have it that in most cases that this thing is not favorable, because I know some persons that have tried it a whole
Failed so
lot
many
and it
times.
failed.
Very, very
So
possible.
there is no point trying
Very,
it
very,
again
very
for
possible.
them. So in that situation, is it the case of village people, or the case of they did not do it well, or the case of what could be the case?
Okay, you see this other friend of mine, Auntie Amara, that is in Lagos. The one I said is in Lagos. Yes, she tried it twice. It didn't work. She cried.
And it's very expensive.
Very expensive. Very expensive. I had to tell her, why not? Okay, since your sister has given birth before, would you want to talk to her about it? Because paying a surrogate, it's not normal. You will pay the person. And it's not 200,000 naira. It's not
It's a
20,000 naira. And if you now meet an agency that works very well, you pay both the agency for both the surrogates, and then the process is involved, everything. Because some agencies handle both the medical
Part of it.
yes, the legal, everything. They handle it. They go as far as even letting you know that if you want to see the woman that will carry your child, but rest assured that it is what it is. Okay, so that is, there is no much thing to say. It's basically on what you signed. You have the right to say, okay, this is what you want it to be, and if the person going to carry your baby is good with it, you flow. Let me tell you, it's not, when we are talking about law or rights here, it's not just from the end of intending parents. The surrogate is even considered more.
Exactly.
You know why? The emotion she built while carrying the baby. It's very important to take note of that.
Talking about that, sorry that I'm trying to cut it short. Don't you think that one way or the other that child will have a bit of the traits of that surrogate?
The person wouldn't.
Are you sure?
Only if it is the traditional
Law, the communication.
Except it is the traditional surrogacy.
Even the other way.
Meaning the
I don't know whether you get me.
I get what you're saying.
For example, let me just make it clearer. I helped Mrs. A to carry her egg and all that. I am with this egg for the period of 9 months. And story have it that a mother hears the voice of the baby, the fetus, that's the word. So, and all that, I sleep, I eat, the baby tells me what he or she wants or what they want, because in the case of twins, what they want and all that for that 9 months. And I'm still the one that will give birth. It may be either through CS or naturally, depending on how I want it on or whatever. Don't you think one way or the other that baby would have maybe my eyes, maybe behave like me, something, because it's complicated.
Have you heard of umbilical cord?
Yes.
Have you ever wondered what umbilical cord? Why is it there? Why does it come out with the baby? Why does it fall out after I think a week?
No, immediately now.
No, immediately.
Okay,
No,
sorry,
it
sorry,
seems
sorry.
that
Yes. I thought I'm mistaking it with the other one. What is it called? That one that's a mother give birth.
no, placenta.
Placenta.
No,
Yes,
no,
that's
no,
what
no,
I
no,
mistook it.
no, placenta comes after the baby.
Yes.
You
That
see,
yes, it depends.
shrinks and falls off.
Some days, some in a week. Yeah.
Ever wondered what the function is? Why does it shrink after days after the child has been born?
Lecture me, please.
Good.
Lecturers.
Now the umbilical cord connects the child. That's you see this navel, that is where it's from. Connects the child to the mother. Now every information, as we are talking, I'm pregnant now. As me and you they talk like this, my pikin dey hear am. If you just move, hearing doesn't mean he or she understands
What is being
but
said.
it is hearing sounds. So he might just try to move. I feel it that it's moving. If it is something that will show, maybe the leg or the arm, it shows on the belly of the mom. But if it's not a case of showing, I know, let me carry him, he will move. Now that umbilical cord filters food. When I mean food, not solid food. I don't know
What I eat.
exactly. How do I break it down? There's in biology, chemistry, there's glycolysis. There are so many things that happens when you put bread in your mouth. It breaks down. You don't poop out a solid food. Yes, the poop is solid, but that is the part it doesn't want.
Exactly.
It takes it out. So it means that every other thing it has broken it down to minerals. It broke it down to atoms. Now sends it to the parts of the body that need it. Now that part, the nutrients in that food I took that needs to go to my child goes to my child. But it is no more yam.
The way it was.
It is no more rice.
I get.
I'm trying to tell you that what I eat, what is flowing in my body, the HIV a woman has cannot be passed to the child while it is growing. I can say it might be passed through carelessness while giving birth. Cuts and all of that happening here and there. Exactly. But with carefulness, it can. But you see why in the belly, you cannot even, once they know you have maybe HIV or hepatitis, there are medications. Just be judicious. These things cannot be passed. The baby doesn't have any business with my blood or anything. No, at all. It doesn't pass. It only comes in as nutrients, as vitamin A, vitamin B, not as bread or as orange where you get vitamins. No. So that umbilical cord filters the nutrients only. That is why when the baby is born, you don't give them solid food. They are not used to it. They take the liquid form. That is
So,
what happens there.
if I get it correctly, there is no how anything about me will be
Except
traced.
the egg is yours. Then
I'm not talking
you're
about the
supposed to-
egg.
that's the
being
traditional
mine.
type of
No,
surrogacy.
that's
when
not.
it is the gestational.
Yes, it is not possible.
What is the threat to build? Do you know how you were formed? How was rice formed? Rice is even a grain itself. How is a child formed? How is something formed? This phone, how was it built? There are so many things in this phone. There is memory, there is this, I don't know about phone, but I know there is a part you remove. There is nothing, every other thing here is useless.
Exactly.
Including the battery. Yeah, including the battery. That is how it is, okay? So in that my egg, in that sperm, there are things inside there that forms a child. These things are living. Sperm is living, egg is living. It only needs to be fertilized. Think of it being a hen and a cock. Exactly. Or water because it was now you grow in the belly of a goat and you can now come out to be a goat.
No, I'm not talking about food, everything about it. I'm just talking about like
Maybe small.
atom, yeah. Okay.
Like it wasn't there from
And it
inception.
can be there.
No, the egg belongs to someone else. Mostly, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make us
Explain
understand
it well.
exactly. You see how they say you make jollof rice. These are the condiments for making jollof
Yeah.
rice. Exactly. That is how it is for egg. There are things in that egg already. Everything I'm eating constitutes of how I would if I will have height. If I'm going to have wide waist, minus say it in my family. Do you understand? So if it is not in my egg, it cannot. It just cannot be
come from
at
nowhere.
all. That's why they say, I want to marry this man. Why? Because he has broad shoulder, because he's handsome, he's bearded. These are the things that will be in that egg. So when it happens, even if the child doesn't have the features of the man you married, there's someone in his family.
In his family.
Because that is the family line. That is how it is. So it doesn't have
anything
exactly
to do with a
no.
stranger. Okay,
At all.
I think I get it correctly. And also people that have that misconception, because it might not be only me.
Of course.
Because some persons out there that haven't tried this might have this as their major reason for not doing it. All right, it has been a smooth ride with Precious and with you amazing viewers out there that have been a part of what we do today, where we talked about surrogacy. That is helping someone or helping a couple to be a parent.
Exactly.
Do you understand? That's just it. It doesn't, and it have different ways whereby one can help another to become a mother or a parent, as the case may be. I believe you've picked one or two things, and also you've cleared any form of misconception, just like I did. Because before now, I used to think that there must be something, maybe a trait or a trait of the surrogate in the child. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But today I am well clear. So you that is out there thinking or having misconception or whatever in not trying this, you can give it a try once you have the money. Government, please, you people should come into this. You know, they should come into this just the way they are doing in the case of administration of HIV medication.
Mhm.
I believe there's some people out there that are willing to do it, but they don't have the finance. If government can, put a word or come into it in one way, which I know it might not be possible.
They never solve road.
It is not possible, but I'm just saying so that you can give someone hope of experiencing motherhood. Because for me, if I'm to choose, I will go for this IVF or surrogacy, as the case may be, rather than adoption.
Of course.
Because this is technically mine, like everything about me and my husband, and not the case of a total stranger that I don't know the history or the trait or whatever involved in the person's life. I believe you've picked something. In a nutshell, before we wrap it up today, what is your take home word for our audience?
Well, everything they want to know, they can drop in the comment section. I want that comments to be bubbling, okay? But then, I want us to know there are so many pathways to parenthood. It is not a one-way thing. Science, thank God and thank science, has made it possible. Okay? It mustn't be the man and woman that wedded in church, right? So it's a miracle. It's a thing to be joyous about. It's not a thing to say to fiapa, "Mom, make we are like this." It is against the Bible. No, it's there are so many ways. I would see if you ask me to define a child, like you said at the beginning of this chat, right? You can't. I'm not going to define a child by who gave birth to the child. Or who, I'm going to define that child by who nursed the child, who took care of the child, who was there, grew the child. That is who a mother is.
Yes.
So it's just what it is.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Now from me to you, it is possible. And God made science in the other way around, have made it possible for a lot of people to experience motherhood and parenthood. And once you have the source, please correct every misconception you have about this, because it is real. A child is a child. And just know that a child is the whole of great dreams and transformation. And you that is a surrogate, or that you that want to be a surrogate, you are not just a carrier, you are an angel, and you're supposed to carry everything about you, including the child, as an angel, because you are helping someone to bring forth life. And you have to do that with every form of sacredness. Let me just use that word, because this institution called childbirth, nursing of a child and all that, is sacred and should be treated as well. I believe you picked something today, and always keep a date with us, because this year we are here to serve you better. And we can't do this alone without your support. That's why you have to tell someone, like, comment, subscribe, please. comment, drop something in the comment section.
Ask your questions.
You
so I'll be
understand? That's how
replying.
we grow. That's how you learn. Because we learn every day, and you can bump into something today that will change your life forever. So that's why you have to ask your question, and we believe and we are here to provide answers and solution by God's grace. All right, from me to you. Thank you so much. I still remain your amiable host, Oma, and I did this. Why?
Hello, just precious. Ciao, guys.
All right. See you. We'll meet some other time. Bye, guys.